Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about the new prey system that will be introduced in Midnight, and I want to show you what I'm pretty sure will be all the different rewards you will be able to get through this new system. And it's really based on the information that was already shared by Blizzard and all the data mining that was made through all the different items we will be able to get in Midnight. So just as a quick reminder, this new system will allow you to kill some specific enemies when you are doing some world content. And here, as you can see, you will have 3 different levels of difficulty: normal, hard, and nightmare. And basically, you'll just need to do like some special world quests, special activities in order to either find the boss or basically the enemy you're trying to kill, or before they actually see you first. So this is something that seems interesting and that will normally help having a little bit more challenging world content. This is, I think, something that goes with the same mentality as the Heroic World tier in Legendary Mix. So just trying to make sure that players who are not doing a lot of Mythic Plus, raiding, and this type of things still experience also different type and levels of difficulty by doing open world content. And so here, normally we already know some of the rewards because they were showed in the different images that were shared early on with Blizzard. And then also some others have the name Prey in all the different titles and everything. So that's why I think these are going to be the different rewards. So first, let's start with the different mounts that we know for sure you will be able to get as the different rewards. So here in the image, we could see that there was a yellow version and a blue version. So this is the unarmored or like the less armored blue version, which personally I think is a really good looking mount. I do really like this new model, and overall I think this works really well. So as you can see here, this is the mount special. Basically, this is what the mount will do. Then we also have this other version, which is again the armored, and this is the yellow version, which again I think is a really nice mount. I do prefer the blue color on it, but I do like the color on the armor and everything. So overall, this is also one that works very well. And I'm not sure if we will only be able to get these different mana worms through the Prey system, but basically there are a few more models that are also available. So here, as you can see, there is this purple version. There is also, of course, the yellow version that we already saw. And then there is also the green version. So my guess is that if these mounts are not introduced through overways, maybe we will be able to get them from over seasons. No. So my guess is that if these different mounts are not introduced into the game through overways, maybe they will be the rewards for later season of the Prey system, if this is a seasonal system, and maybe something again that we will be able to unlock later on. But I do really hope that these will at some point become mounts, because especially the purple and the green I think look really cool. So again, these mounts for sure you will be able to get them as part of this Prey system, and overall I think these are really nice. Now, next to that, there were also these different sets that were data mined and that were showed as some of the cosmetic rewards you will get from the Prey system. So here I have to insist on the fact that it's actually only the helm, the shoulders, and also the backpack, because the rest is just the normal plate set from this expansion. But basically, these will match the normal Blood Elf questing gear for all the different classes. So basically, you will be able to use these with these other colors. And overall, I think these look really cool. I mean, this is an insane piece of transmog. I think this is one of the coolest helm I've seen in a long time. The shoulders are really nice as well. And then the backpack is pretty cool as well. I mean, we have already a lot of these different backpacks now in the game. So nothing too special, but still I think it works pretty well. So again, I think this is a pretty nice reward. And then next to that, there are 2 other tints that are also available on Warhead. So for instance, here you have this other darker version, which I think looks very cool as well. Maybe not as vibrant as the other one, so I do prefer a little bit the first one, but still another interesting color scheme. And then we also have the last one right here. And again, as you can see, everything literally has Preyseekers in the name, same as the mounts. So that's why, again, I'm pretty sure these will also be part of the Prey system. And so here, as you can see, this is the blue and white version, which I think, again, looks cool because especially it looks very different. And then I do like the backpack with the white version like that. I think it does look pretty cool. So again, here, the one that at least is 100% confirmed is this version because these were parts of the images that Blizzard shared as, you know, some of the early rewards from the Prey system. And then I think the other ones, we can probably assume that these will also be part of it simply because they have the same skin and they also have the same name. And again, here I really want to insist on the fact that you will be able to match these different cosmetics with all the other sets for all the different category of armor. So this is something that I think is going to be really good overall. Then next to that, we also have different sets that also have the Preyseeker in their name. And this is the red version of the different Void Elf transmog sets, or also just sets. So here, for instance, we have first the plate set, which is this one right here, which I think personally looks pretty cool. I think the helm again is a little bit small, but I do love the glowing effect on the eyes. And I also like the effect on the shoulders. I think this is pretty cool. And I like the red of the set. Then you also have, for instance, here one of the weapons that will match these different sets. So these different sets are available in many different colors. But again, the red version apparently will come from the Prey system. Then next to that, we have the male version. So this is this one right here. This one is not as cool, but there's a few pieces that are interesting. And the helm, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that or if it will just fall. This one, I'm not really sure, but it looks a little bit goofy in my opinion. And then you have, for instance, here the bow that goes with it. But yeah, the male set is sadly not that great. Then we have the leather set, which I think is the best out of all of them. I think it looks really nice. So here again, I think the glowing effect on the eyes, and you also have, like, for instance, this effect right here and also on the belt, which I think is really, really awesome, and also on the shoulders and the helm, you have the red glowing effect. So overall, I think it does work really well, and I think this is definitely a really cool set. Then you have, for instance, here some of the warglaives that will go with the set. Not really sure why this one is so far from the model, but yeah, this is, in my opinion, again, a very, very cool set, and I do absolutely love the helm with the glowing effect and also the eyes. I think it looks really badass. And then we have the cloth version. So here, again, I think the shoulders are really nice. The rest, I'm not that big of a fan. Like, for instance, the helm, I think, looks kind of like, yeah, not that great. I'm not a big fan of the robe. So I think this is probably something you'll be able to match with other things in the game. But at least these shoulders right here are definitely worth farming for because they are pretty cool, and the red glowing effect is something that is very, very interesting. Then finally, next to that, we also have two pets that seem to be linked to the Prey system. So first you have this little mana worm, which I think looks very cute overall. This is a pretty nice pet. As you can see again, this is the little Preyseeker. And then you also have this other one right here, which is also a pretty interesting pet. And this one is the Preyseekers Immature Behemoth. So these are really all the different rewards that I was able to find. And then you will also be able to get these different cache right here that will contain a lot of the new things you will be able to use. For instance, the crest, the different coffer keys. You also have some profession materials. You have like different type of things that you will be able to get through these different prey encounters. And so I think that's overall a pretty good thing because apparently you will really be able to get tons of things, including also some pieces of gear, equipments, all these type of things. So yeah, overall, I think this is great. And I think it's going to work very similar to the Dells. As you can see here, you'll be able to buy these from the vendor, and it's very similar to the Dells. For instance, you can also buy things with different type of, let's say, like profession materials and things like that from the Dells vendor. So yeah, I think, yeah, overall, this is pretty cool. And that's all the different things you will be able to get. So I think, again, for season 1, because I believe this will be similar to the Dells in terms of like the seasons. So I'm sure for season 1, it will be this team right here. and then maybe later on you will be able to get this one, and then this one, maybe season 3, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, and I'm hoping again that then also these other versions of the mounts will become available later on. Who knows? And here also the last thing that I want to mention is that as this one right here, as you can see, is this model, and this is one of the pets, I'm thinking maybe at some point we will also be able to get some of these models as some of the mounts from the Prey system, which I think could be cool because these are pretty interesting, and overall that would be great to have one as a mount. So again, here nothing has been confirmed. This is pure speculation from my end, but I'm just thinking like if we have the little pet right here that matches the mounts, and then we have this other one that doesn't really match anything, it's maybe because it will also be at some point a mount. Who knows? So let me know in the comments what you think about all these different sets, about all these different rewards, and also if you're excited or not in general for this new cool system right here. I will be back very soon with more guys and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!